with the diseases of uterine cervix. Here we have cervical cancer, which surrounds the cervical os. This is the cervical os, and this is the tumor, which presents as exophytic tumor that surrounds the os. Here we have a mass which is more likely to be microscopically a squamous cell carcinoma. This is the microscopic features of cervical squamous cell carcinoma. We see here nest of squamous epithelium with keratin formation invades the underlying stroma. These cells composed of squamous cells with eosinophilic cytoplasm and keratin nest. This is moderately differentiated squamous cell carcinoma that invades the underlying stroma. This is endometrial polyp. We see here a large mass of a polypoid shape that fill the endometrial cavity. Here we have endometrial polyp. This is microscopic features of endometrial polyp. We see these endometrial glands in its proliferative phase, shows cystically dilated structure. Each one of these glands is mildly hyperplastic with cystic dilation of the lumen and lined by proliferative epithelium. The stroma of this polyp is compact and containing thick wall blood vessels, and these are characteristic features of the endometrial polyp. Endometrial carcinoma, here we can see glandular structures proliferation arranged in closely packed or back-to-back arrangement with no intervening stroma between these glands. The lining of these glands is columnar cells with prominent features of malignancy, including nuclear atypia, loss of polarity, prominent mitotic figures. Here, the most common benign tumor of female reproductive system is leiomyoma. As we mentioned, leiomyoma originates from smooth muscles of myometrium. Here, multiple leiomyomas of different size forming circumscribed nodules of gray-white color with they're variable in size, and their location can be either submucosal, intramural, these are intramural leiomyomas, or subserosal location. Microscopically, uterine leiomyoma shows interlacing bundles of spindle cells proliferation. Here, these are spindle cells proliferation, spindle nuclei with blunted ends, and prominent eosinophilic cytoplasm. Here there is no mitosis, no necrosis, and no cellular or nuclear atypia. All cells are uniform with no features of malignancy. This is endometriotic cyst or chocolate cyst, showing cystic structure which contain areas of brown color. This is related to repeated hemorrhage with cyclic bleeding during menstrual cycle and hemosiderin pigment deposition because of this repeated hemorrhage, and this will gives the brown color. So this is endometriosis in the ovary. Here is a gross feature of mature cystic teratoma, or known as dermoid cyst. The word dermoid comes from the most common component of this cyst, which are the component of ectodermal origin. including skin and neural tissue. Here we have cystic structure with solid areas containing the sebaceous material and hair. This is hair and this is the sebaceous material. We have cystic spaces. This is tooth. Mature cystic teratoma microscopically showing this is the stratified squamous epithelium, skin appendages including the sebaceous glands. This is ovarian mucinous cystadenoma, a benign mucinous tumor of ovary containing multicystic structures. We have multiple cysts, or it is called multilocular mass that containing multiple cystic structures, and these glistening areas are the mucin, which is characteristic of this tumor. Here, microscopic feature of ovarian mucinous cystadenoma, we see a single layer. This is the lumen, and this is the lining epithelium. We see a single layer of basally located uniform cells with no prominent atypia or features of malignancy, and this is the cytoplasm, which is mucin filled. These areas are mucin that fill the cytoplasm of the cells of this tumor. This is glandular structure showing also benign basally located nuclei and mucinous structures. Thank you.